Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to the Ordinal Hour. We're going live tonight. Some craziness just happened. We're gonna get into that. There is the mempool is going nuts again because of the base community. They're max minting over there. We're gonna talk about all that. We got so much to go over. We can go over the markets. We're gonna answer all your questions. So put your questions in there. And also, guys, you definitely want to put your Twitter handles inside the comment box. That is how you will qualify. You also have to like the video and please subscribe. So definitely like the video. Put your X handle in the comments. I'll put you guys on the wheel. At the end of the show, we'll spin the wheel and we're giving away 3 bitmaps. So two of our community members gave us some bitmaps to give away, so we give it away then. It's gonna be fun. Gonna be very relaxed, chill. That's what we do for the Ordinal Hour, and we'll probably go past an hour, knowing us, because once we get into it, we get into it. But let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What up? What up? What up? The Ordinal Hour has started.
We're on the clock, bro. We're on the clock. We gotta clock in, clock out. So it's there's something going on right now. You want to get into it?
Yes, a little Friday the 13th. Jason Voorhees is back in action. No, Jason Maxi Biz by the group Base, those crazy bastards that we love. They're always doing something. They're always doing something creative. They're going against the grain. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. You hit me up and you're like, hurry up and get in here. And I was like, what am I looking at right now? What am I looking at right now? Am I looking at is this actually JSON text here that's going to, because like whenever you do SVG inscriptions, they are text, right? And then you save the file in Notepad as .svg, or the way that they did it was they already had it set up for you to do that, right? So and then you inscribe the actual file, not the text.
Yep. So I'm gonna put in the website here. It's jsonmaxi.biz, and you're gonna go to the site, and it should be showing right now on here. Yeah. So you're gonna jsonmaxi.biz, and it's gonna give you an SVG file. You're gonna save it, run that over to Unisat or wherever you do your inscribing. I like Unisat because I like the points. And you just inscribe it as a file, not as a text, as a file. People are inscribing them as text, and they're losing their.
Yeah, you're not going to get anything. And there's a button that says save as save. It'll save it as SVG to your computer. Then you go find that, and then you add it as a file. This is not financial advice, but this is what we've done. And yeah, and every time you refresh the page, it auto generates a new one.
Yeah, I can actually show you guys because I have it pulled up right here. If you guys are interested, so this is something from the base community. This is the Goosano guys. This is the Keck Maxi guys. They're doing it again. So basically, you go to jsonmaxi.biz. You'll come down here. You'll save the file, and this is a bear hoodie. But guys, this is what it's going to look like. Like, if you think it's actually going to look like what it's saying, no. It's not. It's going to look like this text.
This one's a little bit like a reverse, right? Because the image is actually the JSON text. So you're probably going to feel confused with that, but that's what the actual image is, the ordinal image is. And what this is from what I'm hearing, it's kind of just like a slap, like a FU to, I guess, like the Ordinals, official Ordinals.com website. So because they're trying to clean it up and remove the text inscriptions. And now this is going to show up as an actual image, which they can't filter this out. So that's the base group for you, man. They, like I said, they go against the grain. They definitely make the space a fun place, right? But yeah, it is what it is, man.
This is the mastermind of Block Hype. All the base community guys all got together and said, how can we piss off the most influential man of the year? Right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's funny. Yeah, so yeah, this is still going on. I think it's gonna go till 10,000 minutes. But be careful, because right now it's getting ridiculous. The gas prices here are insane or
Yeah.
the fees. If you can see here, like this, look, the the closest block is 245 stats by VByte. I mean, I put like 120 in here just to be safe, and my stuff hasn't confirmed yet. So just something to look out for. I'm sure they're pretty far away from 10,000 mints, but
Yeah. Last time they talked about it, it was at like 1,800. So they're probably closer to like 300 or 3,000 probably. So
yeah.
we'll
This is
see.
this is a roll of the dice, guys, because you don't know if this is something that's going to pick up. The momentum's going to just catch with it. Now, these guys, they're really good at building momentum. They
Yeah.
were behind Goosenals. They were behind the Keck Maxi Biz derivative of OMB. And so you got to kind of just check it out. So
We'll see.
that's what's going on right now. We're gonna hit on some topics, like Shizzy said. Make sure to drop your Twitter names in there. It looks like you guys are doing it because Shizzy looks like he's got the
I
fast
am
finger
busy,
Shizzies,
bro.
the fast finger Shizzies over here. But we will definitely hit on some topics. The first one I'm going to put up here
You gotta
is
hire
there's
an
some.
intern for this, bro. Oh God.
Yeah, we got to hire an intern, yeah, for sure. But the first one I'm putting up here is Best in Slot released the OPI, the Open Protocol Indexer today. So this is something they've been working on, really, to truly make an indexer like an indexer system decentralized is that you got to have multiple indexers. You can't just rely on these three offline indexers and then one online indexers, which is what the Unisat swap is kind of doing right now, right? That's the
Yeah.
plan. But what they said was, okay, what we need to do is we need to clean some stuff up, create this OPI, and then make it open source for all indexers to come. So their goal is to have like thousands of indexers here, right? So
Yep.
this is supposed to really solve the problem with BRC20s and pricing and everybody being on the same page with that and stuff like that. So this is good news to me. Some people are kind of calling this an unofficial fork of kind of BRC20 like indexing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I see it that way. What about you?
So my first reaction after seeing this was like I felt bad for Track, right? And I didn't really think it through all the way because it was like, oh wow, so Track's charging money to use their decentralized indexer, and this is coming out and open sourcing it. And then I really started thinking it, and you kind of put it in my mind too. Like Track's doing bitmaps, Track's doing pipe, Track's doing tap, and then I kind of stopped. You know what I mean? I kind of got that out of my head. So and then I started thinking this is actually really good for the space. Like this is a way to kind of get like hundreds of indexers in one place, right?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely correct. And that's the goal, is because at the end of the day, people can always point the finger back if they just left the system as it is
Yeah.
and say, man, this is centralized as hell.
Yep.
Even if you are using three different indexers isn't really, that's not enough. It's not
No.
enough. You need, as many as you can have in there. What this does is it opens it up, it invites other indexers in, and really can get the BRC20 indexing on point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, man.
speaking of Track, because this kind of leads really into that. We both think that the Best in Slot OPI is good for the space, but what happens to Track? What happens to
Yeah.
Track? Because Track is that's how they started off. Really was, we are the decentralized indexer.
Yeah.
I still think they are going to index BRC20s. They might not. They're not going to enter probably the OPI. I think if they did, that'd be awesome. But but I look at Track. So everybody talks about like Chainlink, Track's the next Chainlink and all this stuff. But really, Chainlink is really known for their Oracle services, right? So
Yeah.
being able to send information for tokens across different chains, that aren't native to those chains. So, they can have the pricing, right? Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Track can't do that because Chainlink is that for regular, chains. So what they can do though, because inscriptions has just became so popular in other chains, you got like the Polygon chains doing inscriptions now. You have Solana doing inscriptions now. You got AVAX doing inscriptions now. BNB, everybody. So guess what? They're popping up these inscription token protocols. And the whole thing about putting data on chain is really the narrative for this bull run, in my opinion. Yep. So guess what? Now they can be the oracle for that, right? Yep. Now they can be the Chainlink oracle for inscription protocols on different chains. So to me, that's where I think that Track should really brand and really take that space over, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think that with all these different chains doing the Ordinal's inscription thing, and it's 100% Elon Musk's fault, right? He went on Joe Rogan and said, hey Joe, did you know that NFTs aren't even on the blockchain? That changed everything, because normies didn't know that. Normies thought that their JPEG picture that they bought, because somebody told them to buy it, was on chain, and that was the beauty of it. But turns out, no, it's on AWS, but doing it this way, inscription way, it is actually embedding it into the chain, right? Into the token that runs the chain.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously it runs differently than Bitcoin or maybe UTXO based chains, but they still can put the data on chain on these other chains. And so, I mean, like that, I actually asked that question directly to Benny. I was like, so could you just be the oracle for inscription part of these other chains and protocols that are on these other chains? He goes, yeah. I mean, that's what. So I'm that makes me even more bullish than just them being the BRC20 indexer, right? Now, like you said, they have their foot in the their footing for their positioning for bitmaps indexing, which is huge. That's a huge win, and then also tap and then pipe and whatever else they decide to do. So I don't know.
Play devil's advocate real quick. So if I'm Chainlink and I see this popping up, what's stopping Chainlink from putting together indexers? They already have all the data. They already have all the teams. Like, how hard is it for them to just start up a couple indexers and then start indexing BRC20s? Because they're going to go where the money is. If they see a bunch of, let's just say, corporate companies now wanting, databases, they could just pop that up and start going. Why does it have to be Track? Why not Chainlink?
Because they're too far behind right now, and they're not special. They don't have the specialty in it. You know what I mean? Like Track has a specialty in inscriptions. He's been doing it for the past 7 months, which in crypto world is like 2 years, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Uniswap. Like at first, like they were like, should we go over to BRC20s and ordinals? And their community was kind of like, no, which I think was a dumb move. But had they have gone over here like back in March, they had the capital and manpower to probably be the number one exchange over here right now, because they would have been like grinding, figuring out, okay, how's it gonna work? But instead, now if Uniswap actually try to come over here, they're gonna never win the market, because Unisat is too far ahead. They've gotten, they have the complete market share right now, unless Uniswap came over here with like, they've been working behind the scenes for months and they have this flawless, amazing UI. That's the only chance, and that's such a small probability that is even they've been doing anything like that. So
I agree.
Yeah, cool. But that was a good devil's advocate, though. You thought you got me, thought you had me, but you didn't.
I got him,
but you didn't.
Came back harder. Harder.
I mean, you have to imagine, like, we all learned over here, especially the developers, in the past 6 months. So
we were just talking about that. We were just talking about. We said, go back. If you would have talked about in May, talking about, oh no, we're doing this on the op.
Op return. Like if I was listening to myself speak back in like May about like how the UTXO based token protocols store their data in the op return versus the the accounting stat tracking protocols like BRC20s and TAP, how they store their data in the witness the SegWit. I'd be like, who the hell is this guy? Like, what is he talking about? This is a Bitcoin maxi. I hate him. But that's not, I'm far from being a Bitcoin maxi. But So
I ran this question to you earlier, and I'm gonna run it to you live. If you could go back to that guy who you just talked about, the younger Yagobi, 7 months younger Yagobi, and you could tell him
those were the
one thing.
days.
You could tell him 5 words. All he gets through the transmission is 5 words. What's the 5 words you telling Yagobi back in May?
I mean, like my answer. I'm just gonna give what my answer was because I feel like it's not fair for me to change it. But it'd be.
No, you could change it because you had time to think about it. It's fine.
I
I want to
mean,
know with everything that you know
I'm
now.
trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to count 5 words. Why do you give me? Why you give me 5 words? No, if I could tell myself something, I would say buy more. I mean, of course, like I would say, just start minting the crap out of sats, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, I think you had a great one. I initially said, buy a bunch of
I
sat
changed
or
mine
track,
though too.
buy a
Yeah.
bunch of track early. But I think minting sats in the beginning, it was so dirt cheap to mint,
Yeah.
and if you just like stack that bag up, thinking about like, I remember when I first started. So I minted sats, but then like that's whenever the secondary games were happening with the miners, right?
Yeah.
Like so at certain times of the day, like late at night, like I'm sure Block with his crazy mind, he was probably
Yeah.
up at like 2 a.m. Like I'm gonna mint sats, I'm gonna mint so much sats, it's so cheaper, and then and then in the morning it's like it makes more sense to buy off the secondary, right? Because the gas kicked up. So I would have definitely had late nights minting a bunch of sats because I remember when I first started acquiring sats, I was in my mind, I was like, I want to be in the trillion club.
Yeah.
Getting to that 1 trillion, I felt like I'd be able to make a good amount of money.
Yeah.
And that was true, but I never made it to the trillion club because what started happening was people started getting popular. People started realizing, hey, this is going to be a thing that catches on. But I ended up with a good amount.
Yeah. So my 5 words will be because this is back in May. This is before bitmaps, right? So I'm going to tell myself 1 digit bitmaps.
Oh
Right?
yeah, that's
1
not fair.
digit bitmaps. Right? As soon as you hear that word bitmap, find it. Start googling it now. Or I'll say something like Blockamoto, bitmap, block runner, like all the V's, and because and then if you're, because I remember buying bitmaps at $3-4 after the mint, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my god, dude, like it's like dump everything, your whole portfolio into bitmaps, and I'd be sitting on over $1 million. I'd be sitting over thousands and thousands of bitmaps right now, right? So
Yeah, which a lot of people did,
yeah,
and I think it was J.K. Sats. You remember
yep,
J.K. Sats?
yeah, we interviewed him. He was on the
Yeah,
show.
so he had a couple thousand of bitmaps, and he probably has like a good stack right now. But
Well, a
he
thousand
he
bitmaps is 100 grand.
yeah, so he admitted like he offloaded them too early, which you saw that happen. Like
Yeah,
right after the blockout, like it was so weird in my mind because like there was whales or just non-whales that were just trying to flip so quick. And I was
yeah,
like, man, they're literally just trying to make like like a 50% return to 100% return, maybe a little bit more. Because I think what was the high of Bitmap the first time it ran up?
$30, 35, and then it
Okay.
fell back down to about 16, 17, and that's where I picked up most of mine.
Yeah. So if you had your own node, you could probably have gotten bitmaps for like $3 each whenever
Maybe even cheaper. Back then, fees were cheap, dude.
yeah.
It was like 1, 2, 3 bit, but at like sometimes times of the night. So
Yeah. So if let's just say $3 though, and you
yeah,
did like a good amount, then it got to 30. So you 10x whatever you put in there. And
yeah.
there's people that put a couple grand in there, I'm
It's
sure.
a 30x now. So
Yep.
real quick for the next topic, I want to throw some of our members some love here. So AOD Art, my man, he's one of the guys who donated one of the bitmaps we're giving away today. If you guys don't know, throw your Twitter handle inside the comments. You have to like the video. I'm gonna check. If you didn't like the video, you're not gonna win. So like the video, throw your Twitter handle in there. And AOD is a member. He's been a member, which is going on 1 month since we started our membership program. And we don't normally talk about this, but we're going to talk about it now. Another member of ours is Sir Danny Boyd Nelson, my man, always showing love. That guy, man. Varying Viewpoint, another one of our members. Varying, man, we appreciate you, buddy. Bit Renz, this guy's amazing, always commenting. on our member only videos. Rocket, my man, Rocket. This guy is a freaking legend. Who else we got in here from the member group? And that looks like it is everyone. Oh, yeah, here we go. Mike's World, my man, another member of ours. Guys, I'm showing the members a little bit. I just really want to appreciate them. And it's the last time I'll show it. But make sure you're throwing your Twitter handles in there to get a chance at the bitmaps from my man AODR and Ethereum Dad, who I talked to today about changing his name to Bitcoin Dad. He said maybe after. We'll see. But
Yep. We had a question though in the chat. It was from Cheaty. How do I mint the JSON Maxi as a text inscription? You do not mint it as a text inscription. You don't do that. It will be worthless. You have to save it, and then you have to go to Unisat and then inscribe, and then you click file, and then you upload the file that you save, which is a SVG file. Very simple. Just don't do the text inscription. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out there because I didn't want someone to lose money.
Yeah, definitely. Any other questions there? You guys have any questions or topics you guys want us to talk about? Throw them in the chat. There's not many now, so you can kind of get it in there. We got something from our member, our man Rocket. I put 220 gas and whoo! Wow, dude. It's a $70 freaking ordinal right there.
Yeah, I know. I did 120 like the ones that I did, and it. I mean, I'm not worried about getting front ran because I don't think a ton of people are just going to pay that.
Yeah.
Because it just doesn't make sense because right off of secondary, they're probably not going to get what they paid for gas like right away, you know. So this is in my opinion, this is a bit of a risky mint. So just be careful.
Yeah, for sure. But it is backed by the Goosenals guys. It's backed by the Maxi Biz, backed by the base community. So who knows what could happen with it? It's fun. At the end of the day, it's fun. So.
Yep.
Losing $400 though because I didn't mint like 10, so that would suck. But it is what it is.
Yep. So your boy Casey Rodarmor. Yeah, so he got voted number 1 most influential person of 2023 by Coinbase. I mean, like, to be honest, I was a little bit shocked by this. Were you not?
Yeah, I was too. I thought it would be BitBoy because
No,
Cassie was in the truck. No. I was listening to BitBoy and that's what he said. He was like, "How didn't I?" He's like, "I was the only entertainment the entire bear market," but he wasn't looking over.
Positive, influential. I think not. I'm just, you know what? Yeah. So, anyways, I was a little bit shocked because I didn't realize like how much attention the ordinal space was getting, and that made me realize that these other publications they've been paying attention. Yeah. And for him to get number 1, man, to me that made me so much bullish on the future of ordinals and BRC20, and also Luke Dash Jr. I don't want to talk too much about him tonight because it's just been like such a Debbie Downer with him, but just he better watch think about what he's going up against. The number 1 influential person in 2023 plus Bitcoin Magazine completely buying into ordinals. I can't wait till Bitcoin convention. By the way, we will be there, Shizzy and I, Nashville. So we'd love to meet and greet with you guys. Hang out with whoever is going to be there. But yeah, so I don't know. I think this is huge for the space.
I do too, and so I gave Casey a bunch of flowers last night, so I won't repeat that. But guys, he created something that I thoroughly enjoy every single day, and it's already changed my life. Definitely in June, I had a really tough time. I really got hit bad by the bear market, and I've made up all my gains. I'm actually in the positive in crypto because of Casey and what he created. So it's one of those things where it's like I could breathe again, guys, right? We all felt that over the last 2 years, and some people say it wasn't really a bear market. That was one of the toughest things that I ever do, but we got through it, right? We pushed forward. We kept getting punched in the face, but we got through that, and now we're here. Now we're in this damn bull market because of Casey, and we're the only ones in this damn bull market, right? This is the only show in town right now. BRC
only show in town.
No, I'm just kidding. Ordinals. So
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you, and shout out to you guys, that hung through it, and yeah, like Casey definitely built it, but yeah, I think like the ordinal
Oh
community
yeah, for
that
sure.
that stayed through like the tough part, like the bear market times, the building times. You guys got to give yourselves a pat on the back because
Yeah,
your conviction kept you here when others left or when people were laughing at the
yep,
ordinal space from other chains and stuff. And now, they're coming over here asking us how I've gotten more questions on Twitter than ever on how do I buy this token? How do I,
yeah,
use this and that? And that to me, those are just bullish signals to,
yeah.
what's to come. This is just the start, guys.
I
Right?
get the same thing. I get people in my DMs, and I just send them our video. I'm so glad we made that video because it's so easy just to be like, here, and then I ain't got to say anything else. You know what I mean? So we do have an onboarding video, guys. So if you guys are getting that as well, please send them our onboarding video. It basically walks you through how to, get started with wallets and all that stuff. So
Yep, yep, yep.
yeah, man. You want to
Awesome.
go through your because you do a thing every single morning with the stuff. We haven't looked at it today. If you want to bring that up.
Yep, yep. Let me do that.
And while you do that, I'm going to throw some of these on the board here.
Yeah. So just gonna kind of go through some of the tokens. I know most of you guys have checked this out. Maybe not, because if you do follow me on Twitter, then you've seen this because every day I drop the BRC20 token list and the market caps and kind of the improvements or declines on them. And we'll start with kind of this OG list here. Ordi, bounced back from the FUD. Yesterday, the FUD, before the FUD happened, Ordi hit $1.24 billion market cap. And, that was looking really, really strong. And then it pulled back to not under a billion, which was like 900 and I think 90 million. Now we're back to 1.14 billion. Obviously, it fluctuated throughout the day. This was earlier today, but like the top three, you can see right here, the top three, Ordi, Sats, and Track, all three are on fire. All three are at least 5% or higher. So I feel like the BRC20 market definitely bounced back from that little bit of FUD. This is weird. The multi-bridge Mubi, there's not a ton of volume on it, but it seems like there's some, I don't know, maybe some holders here that don't want to let go of it. The
Yeah.
market cap went from like 10 million to 20 million to 30 million. Stayed at 20 and 30 million for a very, very long time. And then all of a sudden now it's at 120 million. And so that to me is a huge jump up. But it also definitely, like I said, the holder count is low. I think it's like literally 300 or so. But they don't want to give it up, I guess. Rats kind of bounced back here, up 17%. You got some of these other new ones like Pin and Turt. They've been they've been Turt down for what? And they've been sleeping for a while here. .com, this is a crazy one too, because like .com went from like 2 million to 5 million to 10 million to 15.3 million. This is one that's kind of it did pull back though today, so it's just it's been on fire lately. Ghosty, we all know Ghosty. I am bullish on Ghosty personally, not financial advice. They have a working product, and that product actually can bring more liquidity in the space from other chains, right? So I really like their product as long as there's nothing bad happens. Obviously, it's a newer project, so you want to keep your eyes on it. I'm not going to go through all these. I'll just hit on some of the big winners and big losers. Mice is a kind of a big loser right now. It's been not doing what a lot of people thought. It had a slow mint and went all the way to I think 7 million. It's been decreasing. It's down 24%. So I don't know. This is one that I'm in this, by the way, and I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get out of it, to be honest. Traverse is down 9%, and that's because it had a pretty good tick up. We just dropped the founder interview with Kareem. Really cool guy. Go check that out after the live. He has a coding background. He's been coding since he was young, I think 12 years old. Get to know him a little bit. Use that video as research. They're trying to build a security solution for the Bitcoin space over here in Ordinal's BRC20s. He's thinking about possibly eventually also building a bridge to Rune. So go watch that video. You'll get more information on it. So glad we were able to get them. He actually was on camera and everything.
Yeah,
So
which is weird, man, because it's really hit or miss. I would say about every time we have people on the camera, it's about what 30-40% actually, like yeah. The one day the guy said, "Oh, I can't do my camera today," which I don't know what that was about, but
no, yeah, I think he said he forgot it or something. He forgot it at his grandma's house. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, so anything else here that's popping out here? I don't think so. Evolve had a big jump.
Yeah,
Didn't put the percentage in there. That was my fault, guys. But it was at like 240,000. It jumped to 652. Evolve is actually the token for Bitmap Valley.
yep.
It's one that Chris is really looking to integrate into the Valley. There is a tap version of it. I think it's going to be interchangeable. I'm not
And a
100%.
Solana version.
And a Solana version. So, you guys do your research on that. But that's about it in terms of this list here. But one thing I do want to show is this list real quick is look at this, guys. The top 3. I was saying on the show, I think,
Yep.
If Honk and Ordy gets in that number 3 spot, which it did, I kind of like, forecasted that, through my subconscious. But you see Honk number 2, Honk number 3 now. Basically, you can put these liquidities together, and you're looking at out of the top 5, there's 3 Honk pairings here. I don't know. I don't know what's going to come of this, guys. I'm still playing my Honk cards. I have my Honk. I haven't sold a single Honk. I have a feeling Honk is going to be the first mainstream meme token. That's the BRC20. I could be completely wrong, but once this, let's think about this. Once Unisat rolls in a stable token and a synthetic BTC into their swap, that means it's full blown ready to go. Honk is going to have multiple pairings of liquidity pools. What does that mean? That means people are going to want, and if the market cap's small, like within 5 million, to me that's huge opportunity, right? So I don't know. That's just my
one thing with the swap though we've noticed is you're getting killed on it, right? Like you tried to swap, like you just said it, Honk and Sats was one of the biggest, right? If not the biggest, and it was costing you like 10-15% to trade from Honk to Sats.
True. But
to me, it's like that brings a lot of weight to it, but I'd still rather just do it in the NFT version until that gets a little better.
So, but when you do that, when you swap from Honk to stable, that's gonna fix that, right? Or it should fix it, right? As long as stable,
I think there will still be some slippage.
There'll be slippage, but not that much.
Yeah, you're right.
It'll be way more closer than that, and it also depends on like how much Honk and stable liquidity builds up. But it doesn't matter. It seems like whatever comes in, Honk pairs with it. As long as if it's a strong other pairing token, right? Because right now you have the 2 strongest pairing tokens are Ordy and Sats. Now you have number 2 is Honk and Sats, and number 3 is Honk and Ordy. So stable token goes in there. That's going to be considered one of the top, like in terms of stability, right? So that will also be one, and Bitcoin will be another one once they add that. I'm just saying, I could be completely wrong with this, completely wrong, and Honk could never get past $3 million market cap because I've been knocking on that door. I'm like Honk, come on. Yeah,
it definitely will. It definitely will. But I think you're right. Honk's a staple now because obviously the Goosenals, they're the top 3 PFP collection, right? Beats up behind Ordy, Maxi Biz, Frogs, and Goose, right?
In terms of I think like consistent, like being consistent.
I'm talking about if you go on X and you see ordinal PFPs, you're seeing an ordinal Maxi Biz, a Frog, or a
Goose.
A Goose, and on occasion you'll see OMB or the other ones, Nocturnal Maxi here and there and stuff like that. So, but on X, I mean, you see a lot of goose, man. A lot of goose.
Very true. Very true. All right, let's see if we got any other questions up in here.
Pop your
Says
questions in the chat if you guys want us to talk about anything or whatever. It's your time.
we just got
What are you
some
looking?
comment. I'm just looking at some comments here. Well, this is a good one. You want
Ooh.
to tackle that?
All right, so front running is easy to talk about. So let's just say I put a transaction in and I put it at 30 V bytes, right? That's what it says. It says, you know, the middle one, it would be slow, medium, and custom. I just choose medium, I press it through, it's at 36. Now, somebody who understands how the mempool work can see your transaction in the mempool and now can front run you by kind of double spending. And basically they do another transaction and they just up the V bytes like almost double to where they get your transactions and you just lose your gas fee.
Yeah.
Did I explain that right?
Well, they have to go for the same item that you're going for, though.
This the same numbers. They just
Yeah,
basically
this said they grab the information from the mempool.space,
yeah
and then so they basically can steal your mint is what it is,
yeah
right? So your mint cost that you're putting in, basically you just pay the fee and you don't get the
yeah.
mint. They pay a higher fee and
Well, it's
they front
still
run you.
mints. It's just the indexer picks up the first one.
Yeah, first is first. That's the thing over here. Sorry, that's what I
Yeah.
meant.
Yeah, exactly. So like yours still goes through, but the indexer is only picking up the first one. So yours is just scrap sats. That's basically locked in your wallet. So
Yep. What do you guys think about the council? You go first. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'll go
okay,
first.
so
Okay, go ahead.
I like Surge. I think Surge is awesome. I think he's a cool guy. But that's all they really have over there to me. Zamster, he doesn't really talk much. You don't see him tweeting. Charlie left and then came back. The council they lost momentum, and when you lose that kind of momentum, the momentum that they have, you really it was a tough time. I want to say they left around around July, August, and came back in November. When you leave, and the community's like dead silent, and your token is just down only for 2 months, it's really hard to come back and be something and change that. And to me, I wish them the best of luck, but it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So I don't think they all left. Like
Well,
I
Surge didn't leave.
yeah, Serge didn't leave. But and it was probably it was really hard for him, probably from a perspective of like, our perception from the outside is we have this huge council, and then now it's just me. So it's like,
Yeah.
there was all these like professional people or whatever that were doing different things. So I'll give him credit for that. Uh, and plus, like, the thing about Serge is he's good at being able to corral like talented people, and they're
Yeah.
coming up with this. The ords are meant for the PFP. The price has gone up. Look, I think they have built their brand strong enough to be able to increase the value of the token. That's not financial
Yeah.
advice at all. But in terms of like building and production of product, I have to see the Toshi pad like in action. I need to see
Yeah.
it like functioning. Then I would feel more confident about the council. But like I said, they're still working. From what we're hearing, they're still building. So it's really take that information and keep researching, and then kind of form your own opinion about it.
Yeah.
Because look, they gave us access straight up. We'll
They
tell
did.
you, they gave us access to the Toshi pad back in the
It
test
looked
net.
good. It looked
I
really
mean,
good.
it looked good. It functioned good from what we saw. They had the wallet connects on there. Literally, when me and Shizzy messed around with it, we were like, this thing's probably going to launch in like 3 weeks, 2
Yeah.
weeks. But it just didn't. And so I don't know if it's more of a timing thing that they were waiting for the market to get more bullish, but whatever the reason is,
Well,
there's
I know what the reason was. They found Ordzar, and Ordzar was everything Toshi Pad was supposed to be.
Well,
That's when ToshiPad went away and they stopped talking about it because it was Serge who introduced us to Nikib. And I felt like after the moment that they realized, oh wow, this is cool and it's zero fees and these guys are freaking awesome. I feel like that's when ToshiPad kind of hit the ground.
but the I feel like the UI from what I saw on ToshiPad looked way more sleek, way more like, and nothing
It
against
did look
Orzar,
good.
nothing against Orzar. I've used Orzar to mint actually before.
Yeah.
I minted a Skelly uni. Shout out Mr. J.
Yep.
And it wasn't the most smooth experience for me at all,
Yeah.
but I was able to figure it out. And I think they're getting better with their platform at Ordzar. They don't have a huge team. And
Yeah.
keeps grinding and doing stuff like that. So I don't know if that's the reason, because I mean, like, if for me, like, market analysis, like, I would, or market researching the other products, I would have researched it and been like, we could make ours like way smoother and all this stuff. So I'm not necessarily, and plus they're gonna launch it, just from what we're hearing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Well, we'll see. Like
yeah,
we talked to Serge on Sunday. He hit me up and I was like, "Hey, you want to get on a call with us?" We talked to him a private phone call and they're still building over there. They're putting out spaces tomorrow, I want to say. I think that's what he said. And so they're coming they're not dead. So that's one thing, So we'll see
yeah,
if
they're not dead.
Council's not dead. No. But let's just give them time to recoup and let's see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. And I just brought that up, like, they're not dead, because bull is it bull shizig said, I like the Ordy shirt. Ordinals is
Yeah.
dead. So and I think that's, yeah.
There's one comment that I want to show.
Okay.
The best show on the tube. Let's go. Thank you, Crypto Camper. We appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate that.
Here's one. What's your review on Cook? So the pipe token or Cook the BRC20? Because there is a BRC20 now.
Is
Right?
there?
I'm pretty sure. I thought I saw it.
If it's the cook that I'm thinking about, I don't want nothing to do with
No.
that. So, to give the audience context here, and I don't know if this is what he's
Well, here we
talking
go.
about. Okay. Yeah, so to give more context to it, there was a mint, a live mint that
Yeah.
started for a cook token. I don't know what protocol it was supposed to be for. Was it supposed to be for pipe? Was it supposed to be for tap? I don't think it was BRC20.
It wasn't BRC20. It was definitely pipe.
Okay. So there was this platform called Runes Alpha,
Yeah.
and there was people that connected their wallet to it and they started minting. Next thing you know, the next couple of days, they were losing certain ordinals out of their wallet.
OMBs, frogs.
Yeah, like, like high value ordinals. And so they kind of, jumped into research and realized that the people that were losing them all had minted Cook on Runes Alpha. So, for me, that really, like, just made me paranoid even more. And I don't really connect my wallet to any other platform other than something that's been proven, right? And
The big five. We talked about it yesterday.
yeah, so I just, you got to have checks and balances in your mind whenever you're, look, we're in a, you know what I feel like happened is we're in a space that's way more safe than the traditional Ethereum EVM chains, to
Yep.
where, like, smart contracts can literally suck the liquidity out of your wallet real quick,
Yep.
just by a simple click or whatever. And we've been spoiled over here, I think, in terms of being so safe, because we don't have smart contracts. So people can't be as sneaky about, like, being malicious and stuff like that. They
Yep.
literally need you to connect to their website, take multiple steps, and then that's whenever they can drain you. So just be on alert, because crypto's coming. Obviously, the bull market seems to be just now starting. There's going to be more and more people that try to be creative, like good devs that try to figure out how to wallet drain over here. So be on your toes and, make sure that you're, just putting your valuable ordinals in specific wallets that you're not touching and all that stuff. I mean, that's what I'm doing.
Yep.
So yeah, just be on the side of safety.
For sure. And there was a comment that I want to jump into real quick. So it said, what BRC20 tokens in the KS that look interesting? What's that in the KS?
I don't know.
Well, anyway,
Kansas. Just kidding.
there is one that I find a little interesting. It just came on the board this morning. It's called OnFi. And for context, me and Yagobi are in, but we're in around this price right here. So it's not like you guys are, we're not dumping on you guys or anything. But this one, they have a team behind it, and everything looks very interesting. But I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I definitely entered because of FOMO, just in case, because we've seen things like Traverse and Ghosty kind of come on the scene after a free mint and really take off. So we put a little bit of money into this, each of us, and see where it goes. But that's definitely something that looks interesting for me. What about you? What do you think?
So it's definitely a degen play in my opinion for now.
100%.
Just because I think this is what happened. So they deployed their token in June, and from what I'm seeing, it didn't look like it minted out until yesterday. So it took all that time for it to mint out, right?
Yeah.
So I think they expected it to mint out earlier, but I reached out to the team. I asked them, I said, hey, do you guys have a test? First of all, they're supposed to be like their whole product is let me pull up something real quick. Official links. Ord Infinity is the name of their product project. So basically, welcome to the future of Ordinals DeFi, bringing Ordinals to everyone. Ord Infinity is a cross-chain swap, multi-chain lending, and DeFi platform. So that's what they're shooting for, right? This is interesting because we haven't really heard of ORC20 in a while, but you can pledge BRC20, ORC20 to lend to other mainstream tokens. And then it looks like they're trying to create a bridge. I don't know if that's going to be from Ethereum to Bitcoin, but yeah, so we can put this in the comments here, but ordinfinity.getbook.io. I reached out to the Twitter account, and they said that they are building their test net, and that they're going to send it to me. So once we get it, Shizzy and I are going to try to dissect it and see if if it's legit or not.
Yeah. Could be worth throwing a few bucks at, see what happens. Like I said, Traverse and Ghosty did the same thing, and then they just took off. So that's why I didn't want to miss it, just in case. And once I put that money in there, I take a loss until it goes up. So to me, it's a zero, but we'll see what happens in the future. And you do 10x, and then it's no longer a zero. So
yeah,
this is what we do.
And one other one, I'm not in this one, by the way, but STST stands for SATSAT. So that that's one of the I believe they're working in the Unisat modular system to build a swap. So that's one to do some research on, just to kind of answer that question as well. STST. I'm thinking about entering that token. We'll see what happens.
So that's that. We did a question here from one of our members. Can you please the Big Five? So the Big Five. So the only 5 sites that I connect my Ordinals wallet to: Magic Eden, Unisat, Ordinals wallet, Genie Data. You don't remember the 5th?
Gamma.
So that's the only 5 that I hook my wallet up to. Is there anything maybe that I left off? Is there anything outside the Big 5 that you would consider?
Ordzar, but
definitely Ordzar, yeah. So
yeah.
Ordzar can be in there,
But like and BRC 420 too. So like you have to understand that like Shizzy and I, like we obviously interview a lot of these sounders, right?
Yeah.
So with us, I feel like we have more of a grasp on like, okay, is this website safe? Is this website not? Just because like we talk to a lot of them, and so I'm not saying that like we have like extra credentials to say, but your experience in relationships and stuff do matter with platform founders, right? So like, believe me, if one of those platforms had drained either of our wallets, it would be all over Ordinal Revolution's
Yep.
next episode, right? So
100%.
What we're saying is, if it's new, don't be the tester on that, right? Don't be one of the first testers on that. It just doesn't make sense. If you are, just open a brand new wallet on a brand new profile, a Google profile, so you can start new seed words and just test it that way, because it's not worth like putting your ordinals up for grabs. You know what I mean?
100%. We did get this question right here: 6-digit bitmap in full bull run. What's your call? I think it can hit where Sandbox is today. Sandbox is at $10 billion. So if Bitmap's got the 10 billion, each bitmap would be worth $12,000. Is that possible?
It's possible.
There's
It's
100
possible.
devs working, and one of our favorite devs, which is Jeffrey and Recursiverse. So and they're tokenizing it, and we see token stuff, man. It flies to 30-40 billion dollars. I mean, anything's possible.
I'll be willing right now to lay down like a large bet that like once WMAP comes out, excuse me, and the functionality to wrap these bitmaps into this token system, it's going to drive the demand of bitmaps up crazy. But like, I could be wrong. Like, a small percentage of me could be wrong in this. Like, I feel like, but like, just knowing who's behind it, knowing which he knows the token market like crazy, because he's in Singapore. He knows the Chinese market. They're telling him. These Chinese whales are like, they're like, I believe what you're saying about Bitmap, because first of all, Jeff is a huge advocate for Bitmap. He loves Bitmap theory. He has tons of metaverse experience from the Ethereum world. That's what drove him over here was Bitmap theory. But he's trying to tell these whales that, you got to get bitmaps. But you know what they say? Well, I don't want to sit there on Magic Eden, and I don't want to have to like sweep 9 at a time and wait
30 minutes.
Yeah, it's exactly. Hard. So what the solution for that is for him to create a layer 2 that's going to be servicing layer 1 Bitcoin assets, right? And then he's going to wrap these bitmaps. And when he wraps the bitmaps, then those whales, they can buy like 1,000 bitmaps in value at a time.
If you wrap it, they will come.
That sounded very weird.
I was trying to be a Wayne's World thing where if you build it, if they come, but then it got really weird, so I regret saying
it. That's funny. Oh well, we just made Bree happy that she loved that answer. So not that about the $12,000. Yeah, about the $12,000. Yeah, that would be crazy. Track predictions end of year.
I think me and you talked about this before the run up, and we said $30, but now I feel like that could be low.
That's my target, though. I'm not going to be too greedy. $30 is something that I could see.
What would be the market cap?
Of
$30. What's the market cap of Track?
Oh, I think the market cap for Track at $30 is, I want to say it's like 1.2 billion or something. Let me see.
That's Ordy right now. I mean, right?
Yeah, but like, I actually think that Track will get higher than $30 in like Pico Bull Top.
Yeah.
But let's see. No. So this is very achievable. So $30 Track would put you at $630 million market cap.
Yeah.
I think that's
half of Ordy.
Yeah. So
of today's Ordy. Well, yesterday's Ordy.
Yeah. So so I think that this is my opinion. Okay, Brandon. I don't want to be too greedy with Track, because I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but Track got funding, right? So when you get funding, we all know that that Scry Labs is probably going to get a pretty substantial allocation of TAP token.
Yes.
Right. So, but they can't benefit from TAP right now. But what they can benefit from is, Benny's brand, the Track brand. So what if you're an investor in Track right now and you're getting a TAP allocation later, which that's going to take care of itself, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%.
Would you not allocate deploy capital into Track right now?
Yep.
Because it just makes logical sense. It makes logical sense. Like the brand is building up. They're probably helping with the brand build up. They have the core. So to me, I think that, whoever the funder is, which we know is Scry Labs, puts their gets a position in Track. They're going to let that Track ride up, and then they're going to take their profit.
Yep. And the thing is too, is like somebody was buying huge amounts during his run up from 50 cents to $6.
You saw it. Remember?
It had to be VCs. You know what I mean? It had to be. Like it could have been, Square Investments, from Billy Square and the Chinese crew. It could have been Scree Labs. It could have been
Unbroken Chain.
There's VCs here now, guys.
Which honestly, guys, like I know VCs sound like the ugly big boogeyman, which sometimes they are, believe me. Yeah. But I feel like they're more. First of all, Unbroken Chain isn't a VC. They're in, what are they?
They're technically a VC.
No, they're an investment. They're like an investment firm. They do they trade. It's more of trading than it is because they're not investing in the project with the project, setting tokenomics, all that stuff. They don't do that. They're more of like they're making profit. So they're flippers kind of in a sense, right?
Makes sense.
But institutional money's coming in for that. So larger purchases. Anyways, and so what were we saying? We're saying about Track. Oh yeah, Track was getting bought up like crazy at one point. And so, for me, I feel like $30 is a healthy mark, but hopefully they're not hearing this because they would be like, well, our targets just changed. But so I just don't want to be too greedy with it because long term, regardless, I think that Track's going to do well anyways, even if VCs take their profit out earlier and stuff, just because it's all going to benefit from the run up.
Yep. Let me ask you this question because it just came across my mind. If you had to hold one of the two, right? But you have to hold it for 400 days from today, right? Are you going to hold Track or Bitmaps? You have to hold it for 400 days, but you're allowed to sell it on the day 401. And that could be the end of the bull market. Which one of you feel more comfortable holding?
Probably Bitmap, just because there's Bitmap. First of all, way smaller supply.
Yeah,
way smaller supply, and it's going to be
20 million less. Yeah,
and it's going to be stretched out and taken from different protocols.
Yeah,
and they're going to bridge them too.
Yep.
Right. So it's not like they're going to bridge them out of BRC20 to layer 2 to ZK rollup to TAP protocol. Yep. So now you have like the circulation depleted.
Yep.
In theory, right? It's depleted because it's in other places, which I am almost 100% sure that there's going to be staking involved with all this stuff and
everywhere,
and all that stuff, right? So,
well, I wouldn't say staking. I would say
locking it up,
liquidity pools.
Yeah, locking it up
with something else.
Yeah. So when you lock it up, what happens? It gets taken out of
circulation.
Yep. Exactly, right? So it's a temporary supply shock.
Yep. 100%.
Right. So when you have a supply shock, price go up.
Yep.
It's real simple. Yep. I think more than anything though, this is what makes Bitmap so much more unique than Sandbox or Decentraland or any of these other assets. The other side is that like those other assets, they're not. You can't wrap them and put them in tokenize them, and you can't do this and that, But like with Bitmaps, you can do all those things, and you can still have like a Bitmap builder world to be able to utilize lock your Bitmap in that as well. So there's so many different angles. So I feel like I'm convincing myself to buy more bitmaps after this episode.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely pick Bitmap for that exact reason. I think, just like you said, man, there's going to be some bitmaps on Bison. There's going to be some bitmaps on Tap with Blockamoto. There's going to be some on BRC 420 with Jeffrey, and then there's going to be some potentially on Jeffrey's Layer 2, and there's going to be it's going to get crazy.
And there's going to be there's going to be an application that becomes so popular, in my opinion, on Bitmap that it's going to, in my opinion, it's going to be simple, and it could be the Bitmap game, and he does something else with that because it's really simple. Or it could be something else, but to where the outside is going to want a Bitmap to participate in it.
Yeah. Here's a question I just want to knock out real quick. Do you think Bitmap will be important with the non-arbitrary tokens? No. Bitmap actually has nothing to do with the non-arbitrary tokens. They're just taking data from the actual block, not the bitmaps, right?
Yeah, I mean, I understand why people are getting that confused because, I mean, in theory, they're using the same theory, right? Like, for like bitmaps was just using one, non-arbitrary data point, which was the block number and transactions, right? So two. But with NAT theory, it's more of specifying which data point you're going to use, and it is separate from bitmaps. Now, can NAT tokens be integrated into bitmap worlds and stuff? Very much, yes, it could. It definitely could. But you got to separate those initially because one can exist without the other. Like let's say that for some reason someone had the power and was like, I'm shutting bitmaps down tomorrow. You could do that, and you could still have NATs exist and live, and vice versa.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around it. Even as you're speaking now, it's just like, it just feels like, when you're in, like, I guess it's like Charlie Brown. When I hear people talk about non-arbitrary tokens, it just sounds like womp 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 womp. You know what I mean?
The teachers.
It's very boring. Like, it's not exciting to me.
So
do you feel the same way?
Well, I love the fact that you can use.
You're very data oriented.
Yeah. So. I mean, I love the fact that you can use block data to create tokens. I mean, to me, it makes sense. It's like, for example, because all the data across all blocks, for the most part, like there's some data points that exist on all blocks. It doesn't matter, right? It's also about the patterns too. But let's say like someone was like created an NAT token called oil, and it was just like, okay, this data point is going to represent oil on your bitmap land. Now you've tokenized that oil, right? And so now how many, whatever total supply oil is across all blocks, right? Across all blocks. Now, let's say there's 1 million total of that data point, and it's the oil token now, and it's 1 million of them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what excites me, is because
it's basically what Kai said, tokenized data.
That's what it is. That's what it is. I mean, I feel like we could have just rewinded the whole thing back, Block Runner, and just been like, hey, look, we're going to tokenize data. And then
that's it.
Each block has like anywhere between 18 to 24 points of data. I mean, doesn't that sound like, I feel like Kai just solved the whole.
He did. Kai just came in and just solved the puzzle. We're staring at the pieces laying over, and he's just like, right here, guys. Boop, 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 boop. My man, Kai. You're my man. Yeah, man. So we're at that hour mark. Should we keep it going? Should we give the people what they want?
Get the people what they want.
Here's a question for you.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
Have you been using Ghosty Cash? I've invested in Ghosty Cash, but I haven't actually used the swap. Have you?
I haven't either, guys. I'm being honest with you. It's not because
we're super busy.
Yeah, but I will say this though. Let me pull it up because it does show the volume that has been used, and that's been going up. Yeah. So if you look here, 711,000. I know that when I first saw this, it was at like 80,000. Then it jumped to like 150, 211, 350. Yeah. It's at 711,000 total. what me personally, I don't have. If I had a lot of like Ethereum or other EVM chain assets, then I would use it to
Yeah.
move it over here instead of selling into whatever I have to sell and then send it to Coinbase and then Coinbase sending the BTC over here. So, but yeah, I haven't used it, and the main reason is I don't really feel like I have a reason to use it. I can just
Yeah.
buy BRC20s through regular platforms right now. But if I did, like I said, if I did use EVM chains, I would use this.
Yeah. Yeah, so for me, I will be using it. I have before BRC 20s, I was a big Zenian, and I have Zen mints all next year. Like I think I have 4 to 5 every single month. So I'll probably be dumping my Zen and then converting that Ethereum into BRC 20s. So or at least getting it over here to maybe to buy more bitmaps or something. But yeah, that I will be using it, but no, I have not used it yet.
Yeah. And you can actually send it, you can actually convert Ethereum to straight up Bitcoin and send
Yeah.
it to I think you can send it to your Ordinal wallet too. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's a good thing too. I just don't have any Ethereum, guys. I do have like Illuvium. I have some Illuvium ERC20, but it's locked up in the stake, and that's the only thing I literally have. Some stuff on Chronos that's locked
Yeah.
up too, but um, I'm 24/7 over here now. So this is just a regular topic I wanted to kind of pick your brain on, just to see where your mind is with this, because I know
Yeah.
where you are with it, and you kind of know where I am with it, but I want to know what you think happens, right? Okay, so first, do you think we're close to the protocol launching? Second, when it launches, how much, if at all, do you think it affects the BRC20 market?
Okay. So I'm gonna answer your first question first. I think we are 90 to 120 days away. And I say that just because I know Casey is very, and I think you say this all the time. He's like, what do you say? He's A. He's type A.
Type A.
And type A type of people, they like things to be very perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
Very perfect, very ironed out. And I don't think Casey wants to make the mistakes he made with ordinals, which is the cursed inscriptions, the numbered inscriptions. And he knows now that once he presses enter and send, that anything that's on there is now locked in. And I think he understands at this time. So that's why I say it's probably 90 to 120 days away. And Casey's doesn't care about bull markets. He wants to make something memorable. He wants to be like a legend because he already is, but he wants to up his status and be next year's influential man of the year again with this new protocol. But yeah, so that's that. And what was your second question? I'm sorry.
How much, if at all, will it affect the BRC20 market?
So I think for the first 3 weeks, it'll take a lot of liquidity and a lot of attention away from BRC 20s. But slowly that comes back when people start getting bored, because it's going to be a lot of minting over there, like fair mints. It's something that Casey's working on. He hasn't said if it's going to be possible yet, but I think he's working on it and things like that. So we'll see. But yeah, I think for about 3 to 4 weeks, we'll probably see a pretty quiet compared to what we see today.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think there will be some liquidity kind of moved over, but I don't think
Yeah,
it's going to be as big as, I don't think it will be like detrimental at all.
yeah,
I think by the time that the runes protocol does actually launch, we're going to be like possibly at $100,000 Bitcoin,
yeah,
or more, maybe, right? You don't know. We don't know. We can't tell the future. We're not magic eight balls, but
yeah,
and so I think by then there's going to be enough liquidity. I think people, first of all, have already made like a ton of money on BRC20s by then,
yeah,
because I think like if we're at $120,000 Bitcoin, that means that like Ordi's probably like at a couple $100 more, a couple hundred plus. Tracks at maybe like hitting 100. If we're at like $120,000, $150,000 Bitcoin,
yeah,
So then I just feel like there's enough liquidity for it to flow in to not really put that big of a dent on BRC20s.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
So that's
But
just my opinion.
people love new. People love,
But
that's
I don't think the demand's the problem. And I don't think. Well, I'm not saying okay. I think you could still have the demand for
yeah,
runes and still not put a huge dent in BRC20s because there's gonna be so much money made.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
hmm
there people are gonna make tons of money from ordinals by then. Hope to
yeah,
God, hope to God the art market finally will kick up. I love these. I love the artists. Like honestly,
yeah. I do
like
too.
those are some of our most like insightful and intimate kind of like interviews that we have with them because
Yeah,
like they talk about their backstories. They deserve their run up, and I just
they really
wish
do.
that I'm hoping that they get it, and I do have a feeling that they get it because some of these artists are so talented. Go
Yep.
check out Counterfeit Culture. We love Prism. We love Paris. All those people. You guys, if you guys aren't,
Gadfly.
yeah, if you it's our Gadfly, Solomon. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry, but
Yeah,
like all those guys, go to the print side of Gamma. Go check it out because I feel like that's a part of the ordinal community that's not getting enough love in terms of like monetization, and they work really really hard,
yeah.
so
I feel like the art market though is going to be a very niche thing, and I feel like once people make money here, they're gonna start collecting, right? So once you hit a certain point amount of Bitcoin, it stops being so important to get more and more and more. Obviously, you want more. You're always gonna want more, but you're gonna feel comfortable taking little pieces of that and buying stuff that you can show off to your friends, right? And by that point, I think you're gonna have these metaverses rolling around where you can kind of take your art into these metaverses, whether that be a Bitmap metaverse or something else, and you're gonna be able to showcase it, like you can already do on BRC 420s, and that is when you're gonna see the art fly. When people are using that art in their metaverses to show their friends, yo, look, I got Boozy's first one, or yo, I got Gadfly's first one. You know what I mean? I think that's when you'll see art really fly up, and these artists will really get recognition at that point. But I just think we're so early in the cycle that people are just worried about getting that amount of Bitcoin first.
yeah, no, I agree with you. um I do think that they will definitely get their shine. That, like I said, they work hard and they're really trying to put their brand out there.
Yo, we got our man Matty Verse. Yo, yo, yo. You ain't following Matty Verse, you gotta follow him. He's your tap guy, your pipe guy, your BRC 20 guy. He's the guy right there. What's
Yep.
up, Matty?
What up, what up, what up?
What do you want to do next?
um
Oh wow, you see John's comment? I can't even put that. Don't put that on the screen. We're getting monetized, John. We can't talk about that stuff, but oh man. All right. Got me
yeah,
choking over here, John. Let's see what other questions.
this is a good one, I think. Guys, so this is from DeFi Guy. Astar Network.
Astar, I used to be a big fan of Astar before Ordinals, but
It says, guys, if we have L2 narrative on BTC, it will be Stacks or Trustless Computer that can be the leaders.
no. It's gonna be Jeffrey Recursiverse. It's gonna be Unisat.
Um, well, here's the thing with Stacks. Stacks has been around for a long time. They have their community. If you're looking at like success in general, I think Stacks can have success. Will it have the success in terms of user base, utility of users? I think what we are looking for is an L2 that can service L1 assets, and
Yes.
Stacks is already out there and it can't service L1 assets right now the way
Yep.
we need it to. So I think what Shizzy is trying to say is these L2s that are building from the project founders that we know and that have devs that are building, they are aiming to service these L1 assets, meaning trading bitmaps at lightning speed,
Yeah.
wrapping bitmaps, tokenizing them, being able to trade frogs like lightning speed or ordinals and stuff.
Yeah.
Gas prices or fees not being super ridiculously crazy high. Does that mean that everybody's going to go away from using layer one Bitcoin? Absolutely not. Look at Ethereum. Ethereum
Yep.
still has the highest fees out of all of the EVM stuff, right? That's why they created Polygon and Arbitrum and these other EVM style chains. Is because they were able to scale their blockchain and give up something, or make either fees cheaper or the transactions faster. But people still went back to Ethereum during the meme season because they want to be as close to the rock as possible. Same thing will happen here. People will use the L2s and stuff like that, but believe me, they'll still use layer one Bitcoin as well.
I'm gonna just say my opinion. People aren't gonna like this, but Stacks is trash. Alex is trash. I don't like any of that crap. I'd rather use Unisats layer 2 with the module system. I'd rather use Recursive versus Jeffrey with the module systems. Jeffrey's gonna be wrapping things. You're gonna see wrapped frogs, wrapped blue boxes, wrapped bitmaps, wrapped OMBs, wrapped. It's going to be insane. We're gonna have actual layer 1 assets running on these L2s, and you're gonna put them in liquidity pools, right? I don't want to hear about that Stacks crap with Trevor and all those damn VCs over there. Screw them. I want stuff that's here right now on that's being built with actual guys who are actually putting in the work, putting in the time, and not just throwing their money around. Guys like Jeffrey, guys like Lorenzo, guys like Benny the Dev, guys like Blockamoto, who are actually building over here now. Screw Stacks, screw those VCs. I want real layer 2s built with real people over here. I'm supporting Recursiverse. I'm supporting Lorenzo at Unisat. I'm supporting Benny from Track. Everything else can just go away. But
yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what I said. I'm just kidding. That was what I said, but translated into Philly talk.
It's a Philly, yeah. As it came out of Cowboy, and I just took it and I converted to Phillies.
No, but yeah, like you'll probably never ever find me using Stacks ever, just because I just don't have interest in using it. And but I'm not gonna hate on them because those guys are builders, But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's going to be the ones that service our ecosystem that we care about.
So Stacks is an L2. I don't even want to call it an L2. It's like an own chain. I think you're right. Was that How do you say that?
Mauricio.
Yeah. Sorry, I butchered your name, buddy.
But I think because you can bridge Bitcoin over to it, I think it's considered an L2 of Bitcoin, and it has the smart contracts and capabilities and all that stuff. But this says Stacks was cleared by SEC too.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, screw the SEC, so I could care less.
Yep.
I want stuff not secured by the SEC, stuff on chain, right?
Yep.
And so that makes me think it's Laser Eye shit. Oh, can't say that. Laser Eye stuff, but
yep. There was something else too. What day is Jubilee?
It's coming up. I want to say it's the 23rd. Well, that's actually my birthday, so maybe that's why it's popping in my head. But it's coming up. It's within the next like 10 to 12 days.
So are you buying a bunch of curse stuff?
I keep buying Ordi bots. I don't know. I like them.
How many do you have, dude?
6, 7.
Wow.
Yeah,
man, they
keep dropping in price. They're like $150, and they look cool. There's it's not a crazy like large supply, and you saw what happened like last month when NFTs went crazy and the mempool was so high. Everything jumped up. Every ordinal collection jumped up. So to me, I'm gonna hold my Ordi bots to the end and see what happens.
Yeah.
I like Ordi bots. You not like them? I think they look cool.
No, I do like them. I own one. I want to see what the devs come up with in terms of the augmented reality integration.
I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, so I like them. I like the fact that there's like more than just a cursed ordinal.
Yeah,
because like I felt like okay, people are going to try to squeeze in like cursed ordinal collections,
Yeah,
and but they did something extra to it, so I like that.
Maddie
So
actually answered that question. I'm sorry. Finish your thought. But Jubilee is January 6th.
yeah, Jubilee is around January 6th. I was done with my thought. And then this guy said, sorry, what is Jubilee? Found your channel recently. So Jubilee is going to be an upgrade that will. So with ordinals, you have inscriptions. Ordinals are the tracking of Satoshis in order. And then inscriptions are being able to inscribe files and datas on each Satoshi. Now, whenever ordinal theory was created, there was they didn't account for error inscriptions that would kick out that supposedly next number, and it actually pushed it out into a negative inscription number.
Yeah.
Well, that makes maintenance super tedious and hard. So the Casey Rodarmor and his team is like, we got to fix this, and there was a big debate about it. Anyways, that's what Jubilee is. The upgrade is going to no longer allow any cursed inscriptions from that block height forward, but anything that existed before still remains.
Yep. All right, I think we got that. Let's start closing things out here, guys. We're still going to do our giveaway. We're giving away 3 bitmaps. All you have to do is like the video and drop your Twitter handle in the comments. I'm going to go back through the Twitter handle stuff, make sure I have all the Twitter handles, but this is what I have so far. If you're not on here yet, I'm still going to be adding. So we're going to spin this wheel in a few minutes here.
Did you get Maddie on there?
No, not yet. I still have to go back through. I stopped like 10 minutes ago. So if it's not 10 minutes, but definitely keep throwing your stuff on here. We're gonna do a hard count at let's just go 10:25, 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes to keep throwing your stuff up here. I'm actually gonna get to work and finish these out a little bit. So you have anything you can bring up while I do this?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go through some questions while you're doing that.
All right, cool.
So let's see. So cursed will moon, who knows, but seems bullish. Well, that's what a lot of people are thinking. That's why they were trying to fit in, curse collections before the Jubilee update. So I do think that they're going to be more valuable, down the road. But who knows, right? We can't tell. Just the fact that they're going to be capped. Cursed inscriptions will be capped at that point. So no more. So then at that point, you can actually consider cursed as a whole, like a collection almost in itself, right? And then I think there's like a small number of, that's too small, but I think there's maybe a couple 100,000 cursed or something like that. So it's going to be a very small
400,000,
like
500,000
compared to like millions of regular inscriptions. So that's a good one.
I actually have them all. I got Maddie versus the last one.
Okay. Agree with Alex being trashed, Maddie. Yep, I think that. Oh, did you get Mauricio Degen? I put it
no. That's
I put it on the screen. So
yeah, I'm getting it now. Mauricio, man, thank you for being the first time I seen you here, man. We appreciate you stopping by, checking us out, getting into some BRC 20s.
Yep. And then Bree Badger as well.
I think I got that just popped up, didn't it? Okay.
Well, you got so 1 minute, guys. You got 1 minute. That's it. After it literally hits 25, that's it. Mike's World. Whatever happened to the actual cursed, not the BRC? You mean the BRC token? Yeah, so the BRC token just someone launched it and they created a Twitter and never really had any project idea for it. It still exists, obviously, because it's still out there, but it looks like the last sale was December 2nd. So there's not really much volume happening on that. I do too, Maddie. I have Curse too. So, okay, that's it. I think the last one right now is at night. This is the very last one, Shizzy. I put it on the screen for you. No more. Sorry. That's it. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I block Jesus. We already have you. I didn't know what to say there, but
all right. So you already got the Black Jesus,
yeah,
and
he's on
then
there.
what about KA_best hand?
Yeah, they're on there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
show the wheel real quick, and then if you're not on here, guys, just let me know. But I'm pretty sure I got everyone.
Did
So,
you get Kai on there? He's on there, right?
is he? I think he's from the beginning. Actually, no, I don't think I seen Kai.
Yeah, he put it on there earlier, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Kai's in.
Kai, what's your do you have it?
Well, he's a friend of mine on
Okay.
X, so I'll definitely find him. As long as I can find you guys, I'll add you as well. Equin. Did I say that right? Probably not. All right, Equin's the last one. Not being any more nicer than that. We're way past the time limit on that. So
BTD dude said he's not on there.
I have you on there, I think, twice, dude. You're right here.
Oh, you're there.
You're on there, buddy.
You're there.
Don't worry. I saw you put your thing in there like 3 times, man. You're on there. You're on there every time, buddy. I got you. No worries. You ready to spin this thing?
Let's do it. Bree Badger, don't worry. We'll get it fixed.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll find you. What is it?
All right.
Did I spell it wrong? Hold on.
You just remove the us Bree, not Bree bro.
Okay.
So just change the O to I.
I gotta get an intern, bro, so they can do this for us. I think we're good now. But don't worry,
right.
we'll find you. We'll contact you if you win. So
all right, first spin's gonna be for a bitmap.
All 3 are for the bit.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is for a bitmap. So let's count this down. Let's frick this thing around. All right.
Let's
Who's
go.
Who's it gonna be?
Wait for it.
Oh, how do you say that? Quentin Noob.
Crypt Noob. Crypto Noob. Crypto Noob. That's interesting the way you spelled that.
Yeah.
Crypto Noob. All right,
Congratulations.
Let me write this down. Give me a second. Create new. Crypto Noob wins a bitmap.
And I'll contact you. The mempool is crazy now, guys. So just give me like 24 hours to get you these bitmaps. I promise you they will come. I'm gonna reach out to you guys on X. So but give me a little bit because of this big mint that's happening right now with the base community. It's going to be it might be like a day or two. I'm not spending $50 to send you a bitmap. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna remove them.
Yeah, remove them.
Do it again. For the second bitmap. And guys, this is courtesy of AOD.
Screeds.
Congratulations, Screeds. You win a bitmap.
Remember, these are going to 12K.
$12,000 you just won potentially.
Just kidding.
All right.
Not financial advice.
The final one here, guys. The final one. Here we go.
Good luck, everybody.
Oh, Steamy J. Congratulations.
Steamy J. Hold on. Steamy J won a bitmap.
And like I said, I'm going to say it again. I promise you'll get these bitmaps, but I'm not paying $50 to send them into mempool. It's the weekend's coming up. You'll definitely have them by Monday, I promise. But I will be in your DMs potentially tonight or tomorrow asking you for your wild addresses.
You know what? I'm feeling pretty generous tonight. I'm feeling pretty generous tonight.
What are you going to do?
We're doing one more. We're doing one more bitmap.
You're doing a bitmap?
Yeah.
All right, guys. One more shot.
Did you remove the Steamy J?
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay.
Here we go for Yagobi's bitmap.
Good luck. Good luck.
Oh! I almost said it too. I'm glad I didn't.
Scrooge
McNFT.
All right. Awesome. Congrats to all the winners tonight. And yeah, that was an awesome show, man.
Yeah, man.
As
Great guys.
always, per usual.
And guys, if you haven't liked the stream yet, please like the stream. Please follow us. Consider becoming members. Go check out, if you want to support the channel, go check out our BRC 420s. You can get the Yagobi avatar, the Shizzy avatar. There's just avatars in Bitmap.game that you can play with. These are not like tokens and securities, nothing like that. It's just something that you guys can use our name and likenesses and play there. But if you want to support the channel, feel free to do that. Feel free to throw us a super chat or whatever. And if you guys want to give something away as well, me and Yagobi, we give away things every single week. Just send us some stuff and we'll do a wheel and give it away. It's up to you guys. If you guys have a project and you want to get some exposure on it, you can send us something from your project and we can give that away. We'll talk about it.
Whitelist too. We can do that.
Whitelist as well. We'll give away whitelist. We got some of that stuff coming up. We appreciate you guys, man. We went 30 minutes past the ordinal hour. And guys, too, once we can get this full time, every single day, Monday to Friday, we're gonna do an ordinal hour, midday, 11 to 12 o'clock. We haven't thought about it yet, but when we get forward full time, once you see some sponsors, some ads popping up for us, that's when we're full time, and then we're definitely gonna give you guys an hour of ordinals every single day. We're gonna give this amazing community, the everything it needs to succeed, and we want to be that media. Check out ordinalrevolution.com. My man Yagobi puts in the work over there, guys. The articles are amazing. The site is great. Check that out. Got to get traffic on that for us just every day. Just if you can just pop that up, take a look at what's going on over there. And yeah.
I want to just give a couple shout outs real quick. Shout out to Mattyverse, of course. He's telling everybody to follow us. He's amazing. You need to follow him on Twitter as well at Mattyverse. Chief AXL. They got great products. Chief and products over there. And then also one thing as well, I want to shout out this community member as well, Chef PFP. He is in the base community. He has an online store, chefpfp.com. You can buy, gear, Ordinal's gear or anything and stuff like that. We're not getting paid by any of these people, but guess what? Like, we want to shine the people in the Ordinals community because you guys deserve it. You guys come day in and day out. We love all y'all. We love this community so much, and hopefully we can do this every day, like Shizzy said. And we know we'll get there for sure.
And Chef PFP, man, let's get some partnership working on. Let's get you guys as our official store. Maybe we can make a penny off everything, everything we sell for you. So we can work something out there. We can have because there's a spot on the channel for a store. Maybe we can get some kind of merchandise working with that if we can get some kind of partnership going, right? Live,
for sure. And if you follow me on my Twitter, my PFP is a Bitcoin Maxi, a part of the Bitcoin Maxi collection. Go check those out. That Bitcoin Maxi community, man, they're strong. The founder initially was a little shaky, but the community is strong. So check out the Bitcoin Maxi collection on Magic Eden, and you can find a zombie just like mine.
Yeah. And Maddie said he'll follow back. He ain't no follow back, girl. All right, guys, that's it for us. I gotta be up in like 5 hours, but I do this for you guys. Please get me out of my 9 to 5. That would be my 6 to 4. But you get me out of that, guys. Support us, and let's do this. Ordinals to the moon.
Yep. Peace.